Alright class, welcome to our first video. This is going to be our first drawing, and it's going to be an organizational line drawing. So it's going to be on a 14 by 17 inch newsprint, and we're going to use that soft charcoal, the vine charcoal that I just held up. Here I'm breaking it into a piece. It kind of like helps you measure. So notice the way I'm holding it. Kind of holding it not like a writing utensil, kind of using it straight lines, and I'm moving my arm to kind of feel out the space. I find the top and the bottom of the drawing to make sure I'm taking up the whole piece of paper, because we don't want to waste any space. And I'm starting to measure using like some notches. You can see I'm holding it. You can measure angles with this straight edge by sticking your arm out towards the object and kind of turning it. So you can see every now and then I kind of hold my charcoal up to it to transfer those angles. And on the paper, I'm just drawing through. I'm not we're just searching right now. We're not looking for the final answer. This is how all the drawings in class are going to start. It seems very abstract right now, but it'll end up with a more solid drawing if you go through this method. So I'm comparing different angles, and I'm comparing the widths, and I'm using that little piece of vine charcoal to measure. Is this longer than this? Is this taller than this? So for example, how many, we're looking at the negative space in the chair, comparing those different sizes. Like the backing of the chair, how many times can I measure the backing of the chair? And how many times bigger is it than the seat? So as you start really light, and that's the great thing about the soft vine charcoal. It's very forgiving. You can kind of brush it off with your finger if you want to. Notice I don't use an eraser this whole time. It's kind of good to leave the wrong mark, so you know it's wrong, and you can make a mark. You won't make that mark again, if that makes sense. So the more confident you get, you kind of go a little bit darker each time. So we're getting darker and darker, and you can see that big diagonal I made. That's how we kind of measure things. We want to see where things line up and where things go. There I'm measuring just with my hands the distance. And they're all straight lines. It's a curved chair, but I'm using all straight lines. I think when we draw curves, we tend to over-exaggerate them. So by keeping it straight, kind of condensing that curve into a few straight lines, I think we can be more accurate. So notice I'm not stopping at the edge. I'm just drawing straight through, because those lines will help me figure out where to place things. They're the organizational lines. So here I'm getting a soft, or actually I believe that was a medium charcoal pencil. The medium is kind of just average. The soft charcoal will fall off the pencil easier, and with the hard charcoal, you have to press a little bit harder to get the same darkness. So I'm just using a medium pencil here. I'm holding it really light, and you can notice I'm still holding it not like a writing utensil. I'm holding it sort of like like you'd hold a stick or something. And I'm using the straightness of it to measure the angles of the chair. By using our whole arm, we're able to get straighter lines and kind of feel out the space a little bit more. So when you're drawing, make sure that you have a good shoulder movement. Also notice I'm not right, but my face isn't in the drawing. I have my arm reaching out so I can keep space and I can sort of lean back and evaluate. So at this point, I'm starting to feel better about the overall structure. Lines are getting darker. We start very, very general and we just get a little bit more specific, but the lines are already there. I'm kind of just, at this point, deciding which ones I think are accurate for where I'm sitting. And this is how we'll approach all of our drawings in this class. We want to compare, we want to measure, we want to leave notches, compare different negative spaces, compare the length of lines, the height of lines. So now I've switched to probably the soft pencil here because I'm just gonna put some very, very general in. I'm just gonna divide the chair into dark and light. So since we're doing cubes and geometric objects to start, this should be pretty straightforward. If you're having trouble deciding which is the light side and which is the dark side, you can just squint at it, and when you squint, the details kind of go away, and you can see that you can see more clearly which is the light and which is the dark. So yeah, we want to do 2 of these. Take your time. Obviously, this is a time lapse, so it takes a while, especially the beginning, and it's very abstract in the beginning. You're kind of just feeling it out. So I want 2 of these done by Friday, and I'll post more resources in the following slides. But if you have any questions, feel free to email me. Yeah, thank you.